Guys, in a previous class, we discussed about translation, and I gave you guys some tasks like what is dynamic NAT, dynamic pat, static NAT, static pat, and all. Have you guys done research on it? Done.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is dynamic NAT? Though we had discussed it that day, right? Still, tell me, what is dynamic NAT?
Sir, a pool of public IPs is used, private IPs, sir, are translated to any available public from the pool, right?
Okay. More dynamic NAT.
The dynamic net, we can say multiple private IP address are mapped to a pool of public IP address.
Pool of public IP address. Okay. More.
So translation is done automatically on the first come first serve basis.
See, dynamic NAT means you'll have pool of IPs. Pool of public IPs. Now, dynamic NAT, I would say 1% or 0.5% you might see somewhere. That's like none. Okay, dynamic NAT is not so popular in a real time because dynamic NAT means one to one translation. One to one translation means one private equals to one. That day, entire class we discussed about how to save our public IP because we have shortage of public IPs in IPv4. I gave lots of examples, right? So we understood our ultimate goal is to save public IP in IPv4, but I don't feel that in one-to-one translation, this thing you can achieve. Like you guys can't achieve like saving the public IP in dynamic NAT because one-to-one translation, and most of you guys might have heard about one-to-one translation used in static NAT. So how do I say one-to-one translation in dynamic NAT as well? Because let's say, for example, we have 10.11.11.1 IP. We are translating it to, let's say, 100.1.50.1 IP. Right. This is private and public IP. Okay. So here I'll say we have dot 2 translated with the dot 2, dot 3 translated with the dot 3. So based on first come first serve basis, the IPs are getting translated with the respective IPs in a pool. Right. Let's say I have 5 public IPs, but I have 6 private IPs. And let's say dot 1 initiated in a pool, dot 1 IP was available, it got translated. Similarly, dot 2, dot 3, dot 4, and accordingly it got translated to respective IPs. Does it mean these IPs are fixed now? Does one-to-one means these IPs are fixed for always? This is not one-to-one. Misconception. You have a misconception of one-to-one. In a static, they say one-to-one. You assume it as that these IPs are fixed. That is not a meaning of one-to-one. That means static. Fixed means static. Here, dynamic one-to-one means I need one public IP for one private IP. That is one-to-one. In a static also, I might have a condition, static NAT, one-to-one IP. But static means fixed. Dynamic means not fixed. And here, a sixth guy, when he will try to go outside, definitely he will not be able to reach outside. Reason? IP is
IP pool
exhausted,
is exhausted.
right? But let's say dot 6 initiated a connection first. This private IP, he initiated a connection first. It will get translated to which IP?
So
Based
any
on
IP which
whichever
is
IP
free.
is available in a pool. Let's say if this IP is available, it will get translated with dot 1, right? This means dynamic. This is called dynamic. It means my translated IP is not fixed. No matter, it can get translated to any IP in a pool, whichever are available. And NAT means it's an IP to IP translation. There is no involvement of port number. When I say NAT, NAT means IP to IP translation, no involvement of port number. Either it's a static NAT or a dynamic NAT. Guys, I believe you guys are clear now what is dynamic, what is one-to-one, what is static. Clear? Okay. And as we know, in a real time, dynamic NAT is not preferred, correct? Because hey, I can't purchase 100 IPs for 100 private IPs, right? I mean, 100 public IPs for 100 private IPs. Not possible. That's not the way of saving our public IP, correct? So what we'll do? We'll go with a dynamic pact. So we are going now with a dynamic pact. Dynamic pact means what? There is no one-to-one concept now. So you can say group of private IPs getting patted, okay, or getting dynamic pact, right, to single to single public IP. Now see, this single public IP or more than one public IP, that depends. When I say dynamic pact, generally one public IP is sufficient for certain group for one network. Like I gave you example, right? At your PG, you have 50 guys, 20 guys connected with one router, 20 guys connected with, sorry, 25 connected with one router, 25 connected with another router. That's how you distribute. So two public IPs required over there. But what if you have only one router and you're taking extension of that router? We have repeaters and all, right? Bridge devices that can connect to your Wi-Fi. You can extend your Wi-Fi as per your requirement. It means one router extended to a multiple rooms, multiple floors, and one router is handling the entire traffic. In such cases, you need to have a good router. Simple router can't handle that much traffic, right? Because you'll not have that much throughput to handle the traffic at the router itself. Nowadays, we have TP-Link router 6, router 7 we are getting. And if you see their specifications, they have 1 Gbps, 2 Gbps, 5 Gbps of routers that it can support the throughput. So no matter, you might have internet speed of 1 Gbps, but your router throughput is having 2.5 Gbps, 3 Gbps. So such type of routers might be required. Have you guys ever done an inquiry of such a speed of routers? I'll show you. TP link, TP link, like router C6500. You see this routers, 10,000 around. It is Wi-Fi 7. It can support up to how much Gbps? 6.5 Gbps. Understood. So normal router, if you purchase, which supports 300 Gbps, 300 Mbps, normal routers at your PG and all might have 300, 500 Mbps supported, right? And too many users getting connected at a time, your speed will be like first generation internet. Okay. So what I mean is speed, throughput, device, these all are, you know, these all are the compatibilities that you have to match before you think about how many users will be accessing, right? Now, if you want same thing with the firewall, firewall comes with Wi-Fi, comes with without Wi-Fi also, right? It's not important that router, I mean, firewalls are not coming with Wi-Fi. It's not like that. It has an inbuilt Wi-Fi and it has extension capacity as well. You can extend it. Plus, in a new building, what I had done, I had taken a 40 gate firewall. That 40 gate firewall wasn't having Wi-Fi. I connected a main ISP to firewall, but I had a requirement of Wi-Fi also. So what to do now? If I put a router will again give a new subnet. But I wanted a IP from firewall itself. I wanted to use firewall DHCP, not a router DHCP. So what to do now? So what I did, I changed a router mode to layer 3 to layer 2. If you open a router, there at the top you will see mode option. So by default, your router is in layer 3. I deployed a router in layer 2. Now it is like a switch, right? So your WAN is coming to your firewall. From firewall, I took one LAN interface and LAN zone IP. I mean, LAN zone I connected to switch. You getting my point? Let me draw a picture to make you guys understand. It's a part of deployment that later you guys will understand. Okay. So what I did is, first of all, I took one firewall. This is your 40 gate firewall.
Sir, 40 Wi-Fi is the access point, right?
40 Wi-Fi is different thing. 40 Wi-Fi is a product of 40 gate. Okay,
Yeah, just like this access point.
correct. I took a firewall here. So this is 40 gate firewall. Now this firewall does not have Wi-Fi, but I need wireless connectivity. That was a challenge for me. In this router, uh, I had a requirement, I had a ISP connection. So this is ISP. Let's assume this is ISP. And this ISP connection, I did it from ISP to FortiGate, which interface? WAN interface. In a firewall, we have WAN interface. So this was our WAN interface. Now, in this firewall, I can have one LAN interface. Only one LAN interface I can connect. So now here I had LAN interface. And how many users did I have? I had more than 50 users. So can I connect 50 users directly here? Not possible. So what I did is I took one switch. I'm talking about the real deployments. This type of challenges you guys might get. I took a real switch and I connected this switch from which interface? LAN interface of FortiGate firewall. Okay. So this is my L2 switch. L2 switch. And I took one firewall, I took one router now. I took one router. This router is having Wi-Fi. Okay. So let's say I took Wi-Fi router. In this router, I connected one wire to L2 switch, right? Now tell me this switch belongs to which zone? L2 switch belongs to which zone? LAN zone. On a switch, I connected router. Router belongs to which zone? LAN zone. And this is Wi-Fi router. So what I did in a router, I changed a router mode. I configured it as a layer 2 router. Now this is acting as a kind of a L2 device, kind of a switch. Wi-Fi switch, you can say. Right. Now, from here, I configured SSID for 2.4 gigahertz and 2.5 gigahertz. And I give that Wi-Fi username password to all the users. So when I converted it to as a layer 2, a DHCP and all, everything got disabled. So this router started receiving IP from LAN interface where I had created a DHCP. So from here, DHCP used to go to a L2 switch and it used to go to a router, and router used to assign that IPs to a client connecting through Wi-Fi. This was the deploy. Understood? Now, all of them, whoever was connecting here, was a part of LAN zone. On a firewall, I created a policy LAN to WAN, right? And I applied whatever I wanted to filter. Application filtering, any type of filterings I used to apply. Same, I created one DMZ interface. In a DMZ, I connected all the servers, and I allowed it a policy from WAN to DMZ. First, what I did, not WAN to DMZ, first of all. I connected server, let me just show you. I had multiple servers. All these servers I connected in which zone? DMZ zone. One more interface I connected here on a firewall. Now I had multiple servers. So in between, what I had to do? Correct. So I had to deploy one switch here again, DMZ switch. And this switch I connected with a DMZ interface which I configured on a firewall. And on this switch, I configured multiple servers. Now, whatever servers I want, I connected here. Now it's a part of DMZ. Right. 1 minute, guys. So this was our DMZ. Understood. DMZ server. Now I had to take a remote access of this server. Right. So how would I get an access? Forget about getting in, first of all, here I needed an internet access. On servers, I'll create a PC. On a PC, I'll take a RDP access. Right. So first requirement was to have an internet access on my DMZ zone. After that, you will take a remote access, right? First of all, requirement was to have an internet because I wanted RDP access on the PCs. So first, I created a rule DMZ to WAN where I allowed internet access and I applied all the filterings like IPS filtering, whatever filterings, because multiple ransomware attacks were happening here. Earlier, when you guys were studying that time, you could see, right? I used to say today this ransomware attack happened, that ransomware attack happened. Till now, those servers are there. Okay. If you go to security policy, can you see this is WAN to DMZ for giving RDP access. But DMZ to WAN, do you see this rule? First of all, this rule I have kept at the top. WAN to DMZ. First of all, I gave WAN to DMZ access. I applied web filtering, DNS filtering, application visibility, and all everything. So first of all, I gave internet access to a DMZ, and now I give an access from WAN to DMZ for RDP, and I applied all the IPS filtering and all everything. So whenever you guys are taking access, you are going from WAN to DMZ, right? So that's how everything is configured. Now you understood how this entire architecture over there is working, right?
Yeah, just one doubt, bro. Here.
Mhm.
See, if we have Wi-Fi and the FortiGate firewall, but
Mhm.
in that case, no need to add this switch and
No
Wi-Fi
need to add
routers.
this Wi-Fi router here because
Okay,
FortiGate firewall itself will release the SSID, right? Firewall will
okay,
act as a controller. Mhm.
okay. We don't have option in Wi-Fi. That time we have to do these things.
This type of deployment you can go with.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So this was initially when new building was getting set up. I had done all these setups and all. Done. Now, guys, we are coming for dynamic path. In a dynamic path, right now with this example, what you understood, the example which I gave you for FortiGate firewall, what you understood? One public IP at a WAN was used for DMZ and was used for LAN as well. One public IP was used for multiple purpose. In such a way, let's say I had a small organization where I could not exhaust a single public IP port numbers, then it was okay. What if that single public IP would not be enough? In such cases, what would you do? Would you deploy two firewalls? No. In a same firewall, I would do dynamic path with two public IPs. Okay. So that option also we have here. Okay. Now, guys,
So one is for standby, right?
sorry.
Two public IP in the sense. One is for redundancy, right?
No, two public IPs I can use for path. If
Okay.
one public IP is not able to fulfill the requirement, in such cases, I would go with two public IPs, three public IPs. It's up to me, right? But in general,
Okay.
single public IP uh, can fulfill all your requirements. Reason, you won't have that much users in your LAN zone itself. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So how can one public IP fulfill and how much users can get benefit of with one public IP, that we try to understand here. Okay. Now answer a few questions, guys. What's the range of port number? What's the range of port number?
64K, we can say.
64,000. Now, how many
350.
ports are there? I'm asking about a range of port numbers.
Sir, we have like well-known ports 0 to 1023 and
Range of
registered
port
port.
numbers. Right.
Yes, sir.
Wait. The range of ports, port numbers. 0 to 65,535. That's a range of port number. Out of this 65,535, all are used in a translation? No. 0 to 1023. This range is not used. The range that is used is 1024 to 65,535. That's a range used. Now, understand, in this range also, we don't have all the ports used. There could be some standard ports which are copyright, or it can be a part of any organization, or free fixed standard ports like radius port number 1612, 1645, 1646, 1812, 1830. Web proxy port number 3128. Like that, we have multiple port numbers which are fixed between 1024 to 65,500. So approx will count from this range will minus around 500. So 1023 plus 500 approx to 1.5K gone. So if you subtract this amount with 65,535, so you are getting approx to 64K ports. You're getting around 64K ports that can be used. Fine. Okay. So with one public IP, how many port numbers can be used? With one public IP, how many ports can be used? 64K ports can be used. This type of questions can come in your exams as well. With one public IP, how many ports can be used? So if you go for an interview, if they ask you such type of question, you have to classify according to INA. Now, not according to you. You won't give your reference. You'll give a reference of INA. Who is INA? IANA. Type it. I mean, note it down, guys. INA. INA stands for Internet Assigned Number Authority. Take a note. As per INA, like that, you guys will start discussing. INA stands for Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. Right? We have port numbers assigned in a various ways. Port numbers are assigned in a various ways. Like three ranges are there. First is called system port. 0 to 1023 range is called system port, which is not involved in translation. It does not participate in a translation. After that, you have user ports, range of 10242 to 49,151. And after that, you have dynamic or private ports range from 49,152 to 65,535. So this range that you have from user port to dynamic or a private port number range, this can be involved in a translation. But between that range also, we have some standard port numbers that can't be used in a translation. Like I give you an example, any protocol, any port numbers, right? So that port numbers are excluded from the translation. So approx the number of port numbers that we get with one public IP is, are 64K ports. So if you guys are asked, one public IP can be used for how many port numbers? Answer is 64K. If they ask you one public IP can be used for how many users? You don't have a fixed answer. You can say it depends on number of sessions. And regarding this session, yesterday's class, we discussed lots of things, right? So go through yesterday's class. So we understood dynamic part is required. That can help you to save your public IPs. And here dynamic translation in a checkpoint firewall, we call it as a hide NAT. Okay. So we are going to configure a hide NAT. We'll configure PAT with the help of a hide NAT, and we'll get access to multiple users, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, easiest way.
Sir, in case of checkpoint only, hide NAT is the key, right? Apart from
Terminology
other.
used in case only in the case of checkpoint firewall, we call it as a hide NAT. That's it. All right, guys. So let's see the practical now. Here are two things we have. One is to connect the internet, get a real internet access, and see how many connections can be established in a real time when one guy is getting connected. Understood? Or else, if you don't have an internet access, you can take a router as a web server and access it. Since you guys are using my lab itself, so experience a real internet and let's do the task. So, guys, if I have to get an internet access, then first of all, I need to make a reachability to my router from the firewall. And my router is having subnet 172.16.1.0 and my router IP address is .1. Oh, sorry. This router is in that building, right? So here IP is .10. 1 minute. Gateway IP is .10 from this subnet. This is my gateway IP. So from firewall, first of all, I'll try pinging this gateway IP. If it is reachable, right now I give you a small example, right? My DMZ, my servers are deployed in a DMZ zone and DMZ IP address is 172.16.1.10. Got it? So let me go and check the connectivity. I'll take a console access of this firewall. Admin 123. I'll try to ping 172.16.1.10. I'm able to ping my gateway. But from here, I'll try to ping internet, global DNS. Am I able to reach? No. Why? I don't have a route. So I need to configure a default route towards .10 IP so that I can reach internet. So now you guys tell me, how do I configure a static route on the checkpoint firewall? How do I configure static route on the checkpoint firewall?
We have to open that firewall, take Gaia access. From there, we can add a static route.
So how do you take access to a firewall?
Sir, by HTTPS.
Tell me that graphical interface name.
It is Gaia.
Gaia. Not through a smart console. Interface configuration, route configuration, these are the part of Gaia. So let's get firewall Gaia access. https://105. What's an IP? 253, right? Username admin, password admin123. This is locked. We have to unlock it. And here
Sir,
you
can you please, sir,
Yeah.
can you please repeat that point, Gaia through interface configuration? Then next.
Interface configuration, route configuration, DHCP configuration, these all are the part of Gaia, not the part of Smart Console. Here you can see the list, right? You guys are never doing practical, never focusing on what are the controls that you are getting under the Gaia. Do some practical, see the options which are available here, then you'll get a clarity, right? Okay, here it does not mean that you guys will not ask question, right? But to ask a question also, you should put your effort first of all. Okay, do some more practicals. Now here, static route, IPv4 static route. Here we already have a default route, right? So here I'm changing the default route IP. I'll put it as a dot 10. Your checkpoint firewall already has one default route where we make a modification of our gateway IP. That's it. I'll click on save and click on apply. So now my default route, can you see written default here? This is a default route having a gateway as 172.16.1.10. Now go to firewall and ping. You're getting reachability to DNS public IP. It means my firewall is having internet access. My firewall is having internet access. And your PC is not having internet access. How do you prove that? Go to a PC. I'll try to ping 8.8.8.8, not reachable. Fine. I don't have an internet connectivity. And it's not a zone-based firewall right now. This is acting as a policy-based firewall. We don't have traffics controlled based on the interface. It's based on the subnet or IP address. That is called policy-based. Now, anything related to policy, if I have to configure, which GUI should I open? Smart console. So let's open Smart console. Any policies, NAT policy, any policy, if you have to configure, you have to go through Smart console. Admin password. I changed the password last time, right? Capital A, small p at the rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess admin I didn't change. Yeah, admin 1, 2, 3 only it is there. Guys, I believe it's around 15 days we started the classes, right? It's when no, we set up this lab after Diwali, right? Last week itself we did. So it's not 15 days, I believe. 15 days didn't happen, I believe. After 15 days, license will get expired. And I have to reconfigure everything. Keep in mind, randomly I can choose any one of you and tell to configure it. So you have 1 week time, get ready. Understood? Till now, how many of you have completed practicals? You're done, you're done, yours? Why? Family? Kids? You? Double family? Done? Why not doing practicals? You have all the access, right? RDP access, everything. Why not doing practical? Online guys, how many of you completed practicals?
I uh, I have completed, sir.
Okay. Abhishek has also done. What about others?
See, mine is I installed in my system. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm not able to access SMS, bro. That is the problem I'm getting. GUI access.
Okay.
I thought of checking with you today. In between, I got
Okay,
some
get
office
your labs
calls.
ready. Start all the devices. After a few minutes, after this first practical, we'll do your troubleshooting. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
That will be helpful.
You too have issues. Same issue. Okay. We'll try to fix one guy and same thing you guys can do.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Please start all your devices. Rest, who didn't answer my question?
Sir,
Sir,
which
I am
question?
having
I
same
got
problem, sir. I'm unable to access GUI So interface.
Okay. Let's see. Now, guys, here, let's see. We created multiple policies here, LAN to WAN, LAN to WAN. We haven't created anything. Let's create. This policy name we are talking about LAN to WAN, but it's not exactly LAN to WAN that you guys already know. There is nothing called as a LAN zone. There is nothing called as a WAN zone. It's all about the policy that you create. I'll just write a name, LAN WAN, and we have a LAN sub we have a LAN subnet, right? We have a LAN subnet. I'll add LAN subnet. If you put a mouse on top of it, you will see LAN subnet 10.11.11.0. Destination. Now, I don't know how many destinations it could be, right? It could be Cisco, it could be Checkpoint, it could be Gmail, it could be WhatsApp, it could be anything. I don't know what's my destination. So destination, when I put it here, any, this any can cause many things, guys. Any means DMZ also might come. Any means management also it can come. It means this any destination is very, very sensitive here. This any can be anything, right? So later you can add one more rule on the top that this subnet should not get access to management subnet. That's what you can do in a policy based, everything based on the policy. But next step, what I'll show you is how to create checkpoint firewall as a zone based firewall. So this type of confusions that any destination means it can go to DMZ or management, that problem will get sorted, right? I'll say LAN to DMZ, sorry, LAN to WAN. It means it will go from LAN interface to WAN interface only. It can't go to DMZ or management. Means if you want policy and zone-based firewalling both to work, you can do that as well. But if you want only zone-based, it's up to you. So later I'll show you in a next class how to create a zone-based firewall. Right now, let it be policy-based. In a policy-based, if I have to control a traffic from LAN subnet to DMZ or management that you should not get access, then remember on top of this, I need to create one drop policy. Understood? That is only the way you can control it, or else you'll get access. LAN guys will have access to management. LAN guys will have access to DMZ in such cases. Okay, services,
Sir,
any?
just like a stealth role, right?
Correct. So here, I'll say action as an accept, and tracking I want, and policy I have only one firewall. By default, it will get targeted to one firewall only. Okay. Here, let me install and publish it. Till now, I haven't done translation. Okay. Guys, there is one topic that I'll teach you guys. Manage multiple policies and multiple layers. I mean, multi-layer policy. This thing also I'll be showing you. Okay, step by step. Let's come step by step. If I talk multi-layer policy, then you guys will get confused. Okay. Why I was talking about multi-layer? Because right now when I'm deploying any policy, it is by default getting targeted to one firewall. So what I was thinking, what if we have two firewalls? To whom this policy will get targeted? Correct. If you have two firewalls, three firewalls, four firewalls, Then when you create a policy, which firewall these policies will get triggered? That confusion will be there, right? In such cases, you have to select that firewall here. Like this, you have to select it. What if it gets deployed to all the firewalls? In such cases, very beautiful thing they have mentioned in a checkpoint firewall. For one firewall, you can create one layer. This task, what you are doing is called standard layer. What is the name here given? Standard layer. I can rename it. I can rename it as a checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3, like that. I can add multiple layers. You see, add option is there. I can add multiple layers. That's why I called multi-layer. One layer, I'll target one firewall. So let's say if you are going in another layer and creating anything and blindly clicking on deploy, install policy, there won't be any fear in your mind that this rule will get deployed to other firewall. That confusion will be cleared. Understood? So that's a good thing we have in a checkpoint firewall. And due to this simple manageable type of feature here, multiple guys prefer taking checkpoint firewall. Okay. Now you might ask, can't it be possible on other firewalls? Other firewalls also we have, but not layer wise filtering. You can create a group and deploy that in a particular group, or selecting the particular firewall, like that we can do it. Okay, come back. So guys, right now I created a policy, it got deployed. Oh, sorry, it failed. It says failed. Why failed? Let's see the details. There is a conflict with the rule number 1. Okay, where is rule number 1? Rule number 1 got conflicted. Oh, when did we create this? Okay, we created this rule right now. Name, we kept it as a LAN and WAN. This is getting conflicted with what? LAN subnet to DMZ. Okay, once again, let's see, it is conflicting with which policy? Layer network rule now, number 1 gets conflicted with rule number 2. Okay, fine. Rule number 2. This is time-based access that we had given, right? Okay, fine. Right now, I'm just deleting this rule or disabling. Instead of deleting, if you want to disable it, it's up to you. But I want to delete it as of now. Let it be. So now let's try deploying it. Install policy, publish and install. A reason why I try doing a real-time access of the internet and then doing all these things is, let's say I want to filter real applications, Facebook and all those things. That's the reason why I have taken this. Done, deployed. Okay, fine. Now LAN subnet. You see this LAN subnet, I have to do dynamic path now. Okay, see, I can go to a NAT rule here and I can add a rule here, right? But this creating rule looks very complicated in checkpoint firewall. I'll show you guys easiest way. I'll show you this as well, but in a static, I'll show you. One way I'll show you to do a dynamic and one way to do a static. Easiest way, what they have given in a new version is whichever subnet you want to translate, right click on that subnet and you see you have edit object option. In this, you have a NAT option. Specifically for this subnet, I want to do a translation. So go to a NAT option Add automatic translation. Which type of translation? Hide or static? Hide is dynamic. I would go hide. Now, in a hide also, we have two options, behind the gateway or behind the IP. Behind the IP means you have any specific public IP that you want to hide behind. You know this confusion that you guys have while you search on the internet that we are hiding private IP behind a public IP. From checkpoint, these all confusions are coming. It's not about hiding, guys. It's a translation we are doing. Here, the term itself, dynamic, is called hide. Then what can I do? Now, I don't have any static public IP. I mean fixed public IP with whom I want to get translated with. If you want to get translated with your WAN interface IP, as we do in other firewalls, we call it as a outgoing interface. Here you call it as a hide behind a gateway. So I'll click on hide behind gateway. That's it. For which firewall? Checkpoint firewall 1. Say okay. Right now I have only one firewall. So if I don't select it also, it will be applied to same firewall. Done now. Now what I'll do, install. Before I publish it, right now it is not deployed to firewall. See clearly, I don't have internet access. But as soon as I say publish, after that I'll get translated to my WAN interface IP and I'll get access to our internet. Install. Done, succeeded. Okay, let's go to our LAN PC. Got the access. Now we have internet access. But in this policy-based firewall, let's try getting access since we have DMZ as well. Let me https://105.0.0.253. Did you understand disadvantage? I'm able to reach management, I'm able to reach DMZ, I'm able to reach everywhere. I want this control. Either you create a policy to drop the packet for management or else go for zone-based firewall, right? Okay. So guys, now here I did a translation. I'll try to go for internet. Oh, wait. I got a Google access, right? All good. I'll click on this policy and here I'll click on logs. Not able to see, guys. This can be an issue of Smart Console or this can be issue of firewall. This is not issue of our policy or anything. Our policy is good. Since beginning itself, we are getting this issue. Okay. So I'll give one task for you guys. Okay. Let this okay. I can check all the logs here, guys. Manage, sorry, logs and monitor we have. From here, I can see the logs. What's my IP address? 10.11.11.1 of my PC. Did I create these many logs? I mean, did I go for these many websites? According to you, I went just for google.com, right? How come these many logs? It went to India, it went to US, different IPs you can see, right? Different protocols, HTTPS, domain, HTTPS. See how many packets are gone? So what did you understand with this? One public IP, when you initiate with one PC, when you initiate a connection, does not mean you're having only one connection. It can have multiple connections. So if 10 guys per second, if they are generating a traffic, it could be hundreds of traffics in a second. It means what? If you don't have a knowledge of that per second, how many sessions can be created on a firewall. If you don't have this knowledge, it means you might choose a wrong firewall. So, starting theory part, keep in mind what I have taught you guys, connections per second, feature, specification in a firewall. You have to see. Do you remember or you want to show me? You want me to show? Shall I show again? Not only here, guys. You can check out directly on a Google itself. Uh, checkpoint firewall data set. Okay, compare data comparison. We have data set. This is the higher end firewalls, 19,100, 19,200, like that we have. Next generation firewall throughput, how much Gbps? 90 Gbps. Forget about these firewalls. Let's see some other firewall. This is having around 33 Gbps. Okay, now here let's see connections per second. Connections per second in K they are telling about. Right. It's like 355 K, 355,000, 355,000 connections per second it can handle. Think how many users they can handle. If one user you are taking max 100 connections per second. So 100 divided by this, that will be a number of users that it can handle per second, right? Maximum how much concurrent session? This much it can hold up to, right? So it can hold up to 2.75 million. Now you guys can calculate 1 million equals to how much? Okay. So I guess in Indian calculation, 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. Right. 10 lakhs, right? So like that, you guys can calculate. Guys, now did you get a clear picture how theories are interrelated with the practical part? How much important theories are? Okay, so dynamic pat is done. Now here I'll try going through any one of the log. Here directly I'll click on that log, and here I'll try to see. It was originated from which firewall? Checkpoint firewall 1 that we have. At what time? This time. Which blade was used? Firewall blade was used. Access, connection, source IP, source port number. Correct? Source IP, source port number. These zones are, I mean, you can't trust it these names here because we had imported interfaces as without topology. You remember? With a topology, get interfaces with topology, without topology inside a smart console. This means that we haven't fixed LAN zone, WAN zone, that name we haven't fixed. Okay, this is the, here it is saying by default, whatever name it has taken to an interface, right? That interface name it is showing here. So don't get confused. Anyways, we haven't, or we are not focusing on the zone right now. This is not in our topic itself. A zone is not in a topic itself. It's not a zone based firewall, it's a policy based firewall. So I'll not focus on a zone part to confuse yourself. Right. Service. What service was used? TCP. Which interface was used? This interface. Right. Source, and this was the destination IP. Axlate. Axlate means translate table. So it got translated to which IP? It got translated to 172.16.1.75 IP. And what was the translated port number? 35043. Which translation rule got triggered? Rule number 1. I mean, LAN to WAN rule got triggered, not translation. LAN to WAN rule got triggered. Right. Now, how many times it got triggered? 4 times it got triggered. Guys, I'll make a flow of this translation over here. Okay. To make you guys understand. All of you understand here. So I'm sending a request. What's my source IP? 10.11.11.1. What's my source port number?
Any random port number.
So it's there, right? Source port number is written here, right? See the log. What is the number? 49762. Given, right? Here you can see. What is this? This is source IP and source port number. Right. So this is our destination's port number and destination IP. Right. So I tried reaching to which destination? What's my destination IP? 142.250.183.174. What was the destination port number? 80. This packet gone from where? This packet was gone from PC to checkpoint firewall. Right. It didn't directly go to Google. It went via checkpoint firewall. Now, in a checkpoint firewall, correct? Now, source IP got translated to which IP? 172.16.1.75. Was the port number same? No. You come here in a log, you can see it got translated to which port number here? 35043. It got translated to 35043. Understood. And my destination part remains same. No changes to our destination because this was the source translation, not a destination translation. Now this packet finally reaches from CP to server, I mean Google, and you guys get a reply. In a reply, who will be source? This guy will be source, and it will reply back to whom? To which port number? 35043 port number. And this reply is coming from where? Google to CP. Correct. Now, when checkpoint receives the packet, it finds this part will remain same in a reply packet, but my destination part will get untranslated to a real IP. It will get converted back to a real IP. I mean, untranslated to a real IP. And this packet finally will go from CP to PC. So if you guys see here, a source becomes destination and destination becomes source in a reply packet. So that's how it works. In a dynamic path, in a checkpoint firewall, remember your source port number will change. Understood? Your source port number will change. FortiGate firewall, ASA firewall, FTD firewall, it will not change. It will remain same. Checkpoint firewall, it will change. Palo Alto firewall, it will change. So this was dynamic path for today's class. All of you done, guys? Any questions? No questions. Very good. So this was dynamic path done today. Tomorrow, you guys will see. Take a note. How to enable Blade. We'll see app, sub app, and service based build. These are our tasks for tomorrow. Done? Guys, do practical. Too many things we are completing now. At least 2 practicals. See you guys. Take care.
Can you please check my issue?
Okay, okay. Okay, I'm giving you a permission to share your screen.
Yeah, I think that.
Sure. Let's see his issues, guys. Okay.
Shall I share?
Yeah, please share your screen.
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Refresh.
See, this is the topology I created. I created interface and then IP is also configured here and then here. Okay, I'm not able to open this SMS. I can open this checkpoint smart console. I created one, but when I open this, um, yeah, sorry.
But when you're opening this console, that is not opening. Is that a issue?
Correct, correct.
Go to Google. First of all,
Sir, I
click
have
on
faced
that.
the same issue. Basically, I have faced the same issue, but from the smart console, I have prepared a policy. Like from the management, I'll allow
Okay, okay.
the
I
HTTP
got you.
service to
Got you. Guys.
SMS.
Wait, wait, wait.
Yeah, then it will be
Click
start.
click on the console. Click on that device. Try to get a console.
Where? Here, right?
Yeah, click on that. Open. It's
I think
coming.
it's,
Huh? Press enter.
no, here it's coming. I cannot GUI access.
Admin 123.
Yeah, here I can access, but it will
So
access.
so so interface E1. Sorry, E0. So interface E0. Press tab. So
Yeah,
IP
I
is one
configured this. Hmm.
105.0.0.254. Okay. From your
Yes.
PC, ping that IP.
I didn't configure PC.
No, it is connected with virtual cloud, right?
Hmm.
Management cloud. So from
Hmm.
your base PC, you should be able to ping. From your base PC.
It's a command line, right?
Correct. How did you connect with a smart console then? You're accessing from your base PC, right?
I
You
didn't get
have
it.
opened a smart console, right? Open a smart console.
Yeah, yeah, this is smart console. I
From
downloaded
smart
from there
console,
and then
you're accessing SMS, right? It
yes.
means you have a connectivity between your PC and your SMS. You are able to get HTTPS access.
I'm not getting that HTTP access. 254. If you do that,
Ping. No,
here
first
only.
of all, ping. First of all, ping and show me.
Where I have to, in command line, right?
Command line, huh? So type command prompt. Ping.
1 minute, it's ping 10. Which IP again?
105.0.0.254. Ping. Yeah. You're not able to ping.
Hmm.
But you are able to take a smart console access.
Correct. Yeah, I installed the smart console and then I logged in smart console.
Go to smart console. Click on gateway and servers. You are connected with 250 IP. Where is that
Hmm.
250 IP?
250. I think it's came default, right? 250 in the sense 1 minute. Let me check.
Go
250.
to
No,
smart
this is
console.
254.
Smart console.
Okay.
Wait. Go to CLI of your SMS. CLI of
Oh,
your SMS.
oh,
Smart
1 minute. One
console.
minute.
SMS.
SMS. Okay.
Here you have configured IP 254.
Correct.
You are connected with the smart console to 250. So where is that 250? Ping that 250
From
from your base PC. Ping that 250. Okay. Do one thing. Click on your firewall console. Click on your firewall console. Go to topology. Yeah, click here. Here you might have configured 250. Log in here.
I think so. I have that CP1. Yeah.
Log in here.
What I need to check here?
So interface E0. Give a full command, not a short command. Press tab, press tab.
Okay.
Here you have given
We got
253.
253. Yeah, 253 configured, and then this side towards PC, LAN PC, I configured 10.
Where is 250 configured then?
That's the
Which network, where are you connected? Where is 250 that you are connected with?
I think I saw a recording and then I went on flow.
No.
250.
You're getting point, right? First of all, you are connected to some different IP, something. You have a problem with a base PC connectivity as well. Okay.
250 in the sense, if you'll see this smart console, right? Here I given for 250 to log in, right? See if
That's what I'm
1050.
saying. Where is that 250 IP?
250 when I log in into the smart console, right? In the gateway or something, I given 105 like this one. Wait, I
No.
take a
That
snap
250
of.
IP has to be management IP, right? SMS IP.
See,
Where is it?
here I given when I log into
I
smart console.
understood, but that IP which you are trying to connect, that IP has to be configured on some device, right? Where is that device?
Correct. Yes. I think where I configured. Not sure.
You're doing somewhere else something. Okay, do one thing. First of all, from your base PC, you have to make a connectivity to the current SMS. Current SMS. There is some connectivity issues and all. Okay. Okay. I'll give you one lab guy number. Okay. I guess he won't be able to fix it.
Or Abhishek can fix this issue.
Why would you involve him? Okay.
I'll take some help, right? At least I can.
Okay, tomorrow do one thing. Tomorrow get everything ready. Tomorrow we'll do it. At the beginning of class itself, you tell me, I'll show you the entire process, how to fix it. So all of you guys will get idea. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.